Welcome back to the Talk of Louisville. I'm Mike Mulroney.
I'm Kellye Duckworth.
Big Halloween weekend. The kids get a lot of candy?
They did. Finally good weather.
Yeah, it was nice though.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we had a little party in our driveway and a bunch of them came over and they roamed the neighborhood. So, but before you get to Halloween though, kids have went to every trunk or treat in the city.
You know, I was going to say that. My kid, well, she's 3. But after about 5 or 6 houses, she's pretty much already burnt out. But yeah, all month of October, you're doing trunk or treats, Boo at the Zoo, different things. They get enough.
We got Roger here and we'll get into it. But when you were a kid, did you hit every neighborhood at least 4 times in it?
Oh, we changed costumes.
That's right.
We made it twice.
I don't know. It's unbelievable. But a lot of houses don't even give candy anymore.
No.
You know, back when we were kids, everybody's worried about razors and stuff like that. Now they're worried about people putting fentanyl and easier stuff to inject them to stuff. So it's kind of a scary world, really. But anyway, I guess if you worry about that stuff, you'll never walk out of your house.
No.
Well, back in the day, we had homemade candies and popcorn balls and apples and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
See that?
Didn't you all go to a place where they giving out popsicles and something?
They had popsicles, oranges, and oatmeal. Or you could do candy as well.
Those are the houses we avoided if they were giving out fruit.
Well, then he asked if we wanted a chili dog in the driveway.
Yeah, Dennis was doing that. So
there was another house that gave away books, too, and I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
It was something
it's
different.
not the same, though. It's got to be candy.
Well, she gave candy, popcorn, and a book.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I'm one to read it. All right. Before we get on to this, welcome back to Talk Louisville. Our sponsor today, Sky Equipment Rentals. So if anybody watched the social media, know that we had an incident. A couple weeks ago, our Fern Creek store we opened, and 2 days later we had to close because some knucklehead cut the main power source to the building, and it's going to take about 3 weeks to get it set up. So anyway, contacted my buddy Miles, and they took amazing care of us. I'm not going to tell you what they did, but it was incredible what they did. Got us up and running, and can't thank Sky Rentals enough. Check them out for all your heavy equipment needs. They do amazing.
You've learned a lot about generators and diesel fuel. Well, I have at least.
Yeah, it's a fiasco.
Process.
We've been running diesel back and forth because it works for like so many hours and we got to go fill it up. So if anybody wants to make a donation to shirleysway.org, we're going through about $120 in diesel fuel a day right now, and we will for the next 30 days. It's crazy. So anyway, Sky Rentals, check them out. All right, today we have Mr. Roger LaPointe here. How you doing?
Mike, I'm doing great.
Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry. That's amazing. Roger and I have known each other in the corporate world for many, many years, started an IT group here in Louisville. It was great. And you retired a few years ago, and you've always been an avid hunter, correct?
That's right.
Ever since you were little? How old were you when you first started hunting?
I followed my dad around and grew up in Michigan, following behind a bird dog, hunting pheasants.
How old?
6 years old.
Wow.
And we moved down here when I was in the 3rd grade. Again, a South End boy.
Yeah.
St. Clement, St. Timothy, then Bishop David.
Yeah. St. Paul for me. Do you remember you said you do remember your first hunting experience? You chasing dogs around, or what'd you say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. My first hunting experience with my dad was horrible.
I can imagine.
Yeah. Well, do you know about my dad? But take that out. I was horrible. We went to, some Meade County place, and I was probably 6 or 7 as well. The night before, we'd filled our shotgun shells. Dad had a press, so we would fill them all and stuff like that. Well, he didn't want me to walk behind him with a loaded gun, so it was a single shot. I had it cocked, and I don't blame him. I just started. We went to Little Dave's. If anybody knows Little Dave's in this end of town,
Little Dave's Roadhouse.
Biscuits and gravy before we went, and let's just say that hit my stomach so hard, and I spent most of the time squatting next to a tree in the woods. My dad was so mad at me, but biscuits and gravy before you go hunting. I mean, it was a horrible combination, especially Little Dave's. He was known as great food, but it was rough on your stomach. So that was my first hunting experience. I don't even think I fired my gun. I spent most of the time leaning next to a tree.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious. So, you've been an avid hunter, and you finally turned your passion into something that you can do for the community. That's pretty amazing. So what do y'all do? You go out, do you donate all the food? I mean, kind of talk through it. There's different hunting seasons. So do people eat deer if you drop it off?
That's primarily what we do is deer.
Okay.
In fact, that's all we do is deer.
Okay.
What we do is Hunters for the Hungry is a 501c3. We've got a staff of about 14 non-paid people. None of us are paid.
Right.
And all the monies that we get goes directly into what we do, and that's provide deer meat to food banks across the Commonwealth of Kentucky. We have about 54 processors spread out in our network, everywhere from Ashland, all the way to Paducah. And what happens is a hunter will take a legally harvested deer, field dress it, and drop it off at one of our participating processors. And then that deer will be ground up into 1 to 2 pound packages, frozen, and then a food bank that's local to the community usually will come and get that deer meat and then distribute it to people in need.
Do they grind it up into like ground beef? Is that what they do with it?
Well, yeah, ground venison, ground beef, yeah. Because what we found is anybody can cook hamburger.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Hamburger helper, chili,
vegetable
meatloaf.
soup. We just made that with deer meat last week.
Yeah. But if you give them a roast or a steak and they look at you like that deer in the headlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to use that.
Yeah. Pun intended.
I got dad jokes.
Yeah, there you go. Pun intended.
But, yeah. So what we found is that works out the best, and it's easiest for, the labor's not there for the processor because it's easy to grind, and then it's easy to distribute and easy to handle.
But they just turn everything into the ground meat. It's no roast, no side straps, whatever people
back straps, everything goes.
So you got some very good meat in that.
Yeah.
Because what would be like a roast is ground up into, I'm calling it ground beef, but it's ground venison.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. It's very lean, right? I've had deer. I don't eat it a lot, but it's very lean.
It's extremely lean.
Yeah.
So you probably got to put a little fat in it to make it taste a little better sometime.
Yeah.
But, as pure as organic as you can get.
So these processors work with you all? They give you a discount, or what do they do?
Yeah, God love them. They do. We give them their money deer processor charge anywhere $100 to $140 a deer. We're south of that. And so they like what we do. They like our program. They buy into it. And that's our lifeblood. Our processors make this work. Mm-hmm. And they're just as passionate about it as we are.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, everybody wants to keep people from going hungry. So you said deer is your primary. Do you do any other thing like bird or duck or anything like that? No, not everybody likes duck. You ever had duck?
No.
Well, I've always said, there's always some hunters always say, hey, you want some geese? Well, no, we don't have a processor to set up that way. And if you people can't cook deer, they definitely can't cook waterfowl.
Yeah.
Or a goose or you name it.
Well, we were
turkey.
When my dad wasn't a deer hunter, we'd go rabbit hunting, squirrel hunting. And rabbit hunt, you got to trust the people with you. You're going to get shot. It's because everybody's scouring a field, but it's kind of dangerous actually. Now that I think about it. I cleared a tree out one time of about 6 squirrels, and I felt so guilty that I didn't hunt ever again. But I totally understand the need for hunting. There are so many deer. You hear more and more people dying from hitting deer in car wrecks because there's not as many hunters out there.
3 of them running along Snyder yesterday.
Is it really? Dead ones laying or just standing there?
Alive. Drew had to stop and literally put the flashers on because they were in and out of the Snyder.
Yeah, our friends Leslie and Ryan Prather, they got a link up raising money. This young lady, I don't know the full story. She gave birth to twins, and somewhere along the way, a day or two after she gave birth, she hit a deer and was killed in a car accident.
I think somebody hit the deer, and the deer flew into her car.
But a deer was involved.
And killed her.
Are they tracking that? Are there less hunters in the world today?
I think hunting as a whole is declining.
But it's pretty expensive too, though, right?
Once you get started, not really.
Well, I'm talking about you got to get your permits, then you got to process it. And I mean, if you kill a deer, what's it, 400 or 500 pounds, or some of them might be longer? Or are they smaller than that?
Oh, no, dude. We average anywhere from 35 to 40 pounds per deer is ground meat.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's all as heavy as a deer is 30.
Well, I'm talking when people donate a small doe all the way to a large buck. A buck will give you 60, 65, maybe 70 pounds of edible meat, while a smaller doe will give you anywhere from 30 to 35.
Wow. And how many people does that feed? I mean,
well, USDA standards, we get 4 ounces of meat per serving, so 4 per pound. So 30 pounds would be 120 servings.
Say, don't ask me to do that math because I'm already lost.
Math wizard. You throw a spreadsheet together for that?
Hey, that good Bishop David.
Man,
we're graduated from PRP, so we're not as smart. So what are these? So how many organizations do you all donate the meat to?
It's about 135 different food banks and community kitchens.
And what do they do with it? Like make chili and stuff out of? Because not everybody will eat.
I was going to say, do
venison.
they have to say this is venison?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's on the package. Everything.
Okay.
Some of them are food kitchens where they actually serve the venison, and then some of them are like food banks, hand out the ground meat to them.
Okay.
So,
But they are aware that that's what it is.
yes, definitely.
I think Jenny made a comment the other day because my dad was trying to give her the vegetable soup with the deer meat in it. And she was like, no, absolutely not.
She'd eat it, and she
He
would.
said,
I wouldn't tell her.
That's what he said. He was like, you wouldn't even know the difference.
Mix it in chili, she wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you can taste a little difference, but it's not really. I mean, obviously you've ate it your entire life, so I'm sure you totally get it.
With the proper spices, you'll never know.
Yep.
And then
Good old deer jerky.
If you fry it and you put flour and cornmeal on something, anything's fried is good. She will taste good.
Well, I mean, like I said, we grew up hunting, and I'd go after my first experience. It was horrible, but we'd have squirrel, rabbit, fish, and I'd walk in, and back then everybody fried everything. So my mom would be frying something. What is that? She goes, "We're having squirrel tonight." I'm like, "Cool." Have you ever had squirrel?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I think
I'm not sure. A rabbit. Rabbit's really good.
my dad said the only thing he'd never eat would be a possum. But
I would agree with
yeah, he's like, I'll pretty much fry if anything else, but I'm not eating possum.
You ever watch Duck Dynasty?
A little bit.
They ate everything. To the point where, actually, if you listen to Phil, he said they would go get roadkill off the side of the road and cut it up and use it for fish bait. They wouldn't eat it. They would use it for fish bait because fish would eat whatever, they would. Yeah, that's what they would use it for. So have you ever been on any big game hunts that have been a lot of fun?
Oh yeah, I've been out west several times about elk hunting.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? You're 800 miles away and you kill a 2,000-pound elk. Do you leave it there for the food for the hungry, I guess? Or
no, elk meat we brought home. That was prior to my career with Hunters for the Hungry. In fact, a group of South End boys would always go. Remember Mike Hobbs?
Yeah.
Mike Hobbs and I went down there. He was into it so much he took an old Earler's ice cream truck back in and put it on a backhoe trailer, and we would refrigerate it down there and bring it all back here and cut it up.
Yeah. Wow.
A bunch of us that went. But
that's a heck of a way to get a bunch of meat home. We've been to Florida for and buy fish and struggle getting fish home in a cooler. I can't imagine getting 800 pounds of meat right back to Kentucky.
No, and I'm all for hunting. I just don't think I could do the field dressing part. Like, I don't, ugh.
Is it true? If you kill your first deer,
you have to. It's like a rule.
You got to blood yourself.
Oh my God. I would come home and there would just be deer hanging in my backyard and like all the insides are on the ground. And I'm like, there's no way.
I've got a cousin from Michigan. She comes down to hunt with us, and she's a biology teacher. So when her first deer, we dissected it.
Yep.
She was taking back different organs, esophagus, different things. I can't wait to show these to my kids.
That is kind of cool.
That was kind of neat.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Does that happen at all with other organs of the deer? Like people use the other organs, you just dump them in the woods and the wild game eat it?
Typically.
I mean, don't they eat that? They leave it in the woods?
Some people eat the heart and the liver. But
the other animals kind of.
Oh, they're just gone the next day.
Yeah, it's kind of a treat for them.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I understand the value of hunting, but for the people that are against it, what is the value of hunting?
Okay.
Other than getting in the woods and you have some peace and quiet. I never wanted to go deer hunting because you got to get out there at like 6 a.m. and I
freezing
hate cold weather.
Yeah, that's my thing.
But if we don't do something, they're going to starve to death and disease anyway. Is that correct?
You've got what our program does is allow hunters to expand their season because a lot of people just go out in the woods, shoot one deer, and they're done. Now it gives you an outlet to keep on hunting and do something for the community.
So they don't have a limit
on
your program?
There's
okay.
1 buck and 3 does per deer tag.
I just wondered with this, if y'all could get around that since you're feeding the hungry, do they give you an extra tag or anything?
The tags are not that expensive. I mean, once you get 4, if you reach your 4, you get extra deer tags.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you got 1 tag a year and that's all you could get. Okay.
But 1 buck, but you can get unlimited does depending on what county you're hunting in. So that gives you an outlet that way. Plus, we talked about car wrecks. I mean, it helps get some of the deer off the roads.
Yeah.
And then also it helps the farmer. Crop depredation. I mean, I've got a farm in LaRue County. I mean, their soybeans. I mean,
Tearing them up.
Oh, they tear them up. In far western Kentucky, it's nothing at these 30, 40, 50 deer in a field, all eating crops. And you got to do something with them. You can get nuisance tags. They can shoot them and let them lay. But I think that's a sin. So we've got refrigerated trailers now. We can let farmers use that to put the deer in it, and we'll bring it to a processor, and it'll feed people.
My producer, Ryan, if he's still here, he's going to pull up the website. I don't know if he is. He had to take off and get his kids, but there it is. He's got it there. So this is the website. So do y'all have like any events and things like that you do? It says donate funding. What's the funding used for?
Processing.
And you said y'all got mobile freezers now, so that obviously that helped.
We got 4 trailers that we can pull behind that you put deer in it, so we can take because we want to make sure that we have a good product. We want to make sure that if it's going to feed the people in need, it needs to be the best.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want something that someone's just, I shot that, don't want it, or it's spoiled. No, it's got to be, you're doing this coming from your heart.
Yeah.
It needs to be good.
Yeah. I mean, here's the website now. You can sign up, Kentucky Hunters for the Hungry. And if you're interested in participating, I wanted to bring the website out for Ryan had to take off real quick. So, but you can see the website, send them a message and tell them what you're interested in. Maybe you want to participate if you're a hunter. And they do take donations because those tags. But back to what you were saying, that the farmers would shoot the deer and let it lay, and y'all got to the point where y'all go pick it up. When I first started as my dad, I can hear him saying it now. You never kill anything unless you're going to eat it.
That's my motto too.
That's always been mine.
That's why if you're a hunter and a conservationist, that's your motto.
And it should be. I mean, these animals are beautiful animals, but as Joe Rogan would say, they were put on the earth for us to. People are gonna. I think they were put on the earth for multiple purposes, but one of them is for nourishment. I do believe that. Right. Even no matter what you believe in, if you believe there was dinosaurs or not, back then the cavemen would hunt dinosaur or whatever they could to eat. They were eating the meat even back 10 million years ago.
Well, if you go back to your Duck Dynasty, old Phil Robinson, Acts 10:13, arise, Peter, kill and eat.
Yeah.
So it's right there in the Bible.
Yeah, and they lived off. What did he have? Dementia? He just died about a year ago.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to be said about meat that's not corporately processed.
Right.
Because I'm sure they put stuff in it that we don't know about that might be causing a lot of the diseases we get. But you see duck pieces, things like that. Ever watch that TV show, The Last Alaskan?
Yeah.
I love that show. And I always said they're eating fresh meat, but the one guy ended up dying from cancer. I was like, there's no way these guys will ever get sick. They're eating meat that they kill and process themselves. But I still think it's much healthier to eat like your own vegetables in a garden. There's no extra stuff like they throw on them. So it's got to be pretty healthy for people.
Oh, it is.
So these food pantries, you said what do they make? Like chilies and soups and things like that out of the meat?
Yes, spaghetti. I mean, just anything you put ground meat in. So, And then we started a meat stick program, which, like Blessings in a Backpack. We started during the floods in eastern Kentucky. I went to a symposium of other Hunters for the Hungry type organizations throughout the states, even though we're just for Kentucky, founded by Kentuckians, and all the meat stays here. Arkansas and Tennessee had a meat stick program. And that kind of piqued my interest. And I said, well, we're SEC. We're Kentucky. If they can do it, we can do it. We can do it better.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back and Commissioner Quarles, the ag commissioner at the time, had a hunger symposium, and I attended. And had a little round table. I said, hey, I've got this idea. All I need is funding. And I told him what it was. And Farm Credit Bank and the Kentucky Association of Health Plans, they had some extra money from COVID and said, we'll back you if you take them sticks and take them to Eastern Kentucky.
Wow.
And I said, we'll do it.
Wow.
Just like that. I mean, it was a God thing. It wasn't me. It was,
Well, it's good to hear because I've made a statement once with charitable gaming. We could fix every problem in this state, and Eastern Kentucky's on my radar as far as it's one of the most impoverished areas in the country.
And the people there.
Is it impoverished or impoverished? Yeah.
Yeah.
The people there what?
Are great.
Yeah.
I mean, just salt of the earth, good people. I love going down there. We make a special trip every year to Harlan, Kentucky at Christ's Hands. Take them a load of venison, and we do a food drive for them every year. And it was Awesome.
That's incredible.
The way we got hooked up with that, a Baptist missionary from Virginia called us about a food bank in Cranks Creek, Kentucky, which is just a little bit south of Harlan, and asked if we could donate meat to him. I said, okay. And it was a Methodist food bank. So you got a Baptist, a Methodist, and then you got me. And so I said, well, let me see what I can do. We're at the end of deer season. And I went out hunting. Big doe steps out in front of me. I was bow hunting at the time. I shoot it. I said, well, I guess, Lord, that's a sign. So I take it up to C&J Processing, talk to Joe there, that guy that runs it. I said, Joe, this is what happened. I got an idea. I think we can get some more deer before now and the end of the year. And he goes, yeah, I think we can. So we put out the fields to all my friends. It's still bow season. We end up getting, over 1,000 pounds of meat to take.
Holy smokes. That's incredible.
And then we had one of our processors found out what we were doing. And he goes, look, I got COVID money. I don't use it. I'll tell you what I do. I'm going to buy some chicken and I'll donate it to you all if you take that chicken down to Eastern Kentucky with you. I said, sure. Well, we were keeping our trailers at Southeast Christian Church. There, it's something mind the name of the Crossroads Ministries there.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they use for their disaster stuff. She found out about it. She said, what can I do to help? And I said, well, we got this chicken. I said, I got an idea. Let's make what if we make a chicken dinner and give that out? So we got stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, a brownie mix, and this chicken. And my grandkids came. I got 12 grandkids. They came over. They all boxed it up and made all these boxes.
That's awesome.
Took that down there and gave out a chicken dinner.
That's incredible.
Wow.
But that's how God works at us.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's just,
Well, you're leading the way.
Well,
you take some credit for it. It was your idea, but it takes people like you to come up with creative stuff to actually make things happen. You know.
So, are you like the only nonprofit in Kentucky that's doing this?
Yes.
I was gonna say I've never heard of this.
There are some other groups that might be affiliated with a sportsman's group, or there's a guy down in Western Kentucky that does it through. He's got some Humbly Walking Outdoors or something like that does it. But yeah, we're the only ones that do this.
Is there other ones in the country that does this?
Yes, about every state has it.
Because hunting is pretty. Well, I was going to say pretty big in the
South. The only
Southwest.
one that's
But
completely. None of us are paid.
Yeah.
and I just never even thought. I mean, hunting is a hobby too, but to be able to do that and do something good with it, because like all the deer we get goes to us and we just eat it. But I never thought about donating it.
You should donate.
I know. I'm like, I got a whole freezer full.
Well, around here it's C&J Deer Processing, Taylorsville Butcher Block, Kingsley's up in the East End.
Used to be Webb's. Did they close?
Yeah,
Did they still open?
Yeah, Webb's does it for us too. They've been one of our biggest supporters forever.
We usually use them.
I've known Marty and Trey, Annie really well.
See, I like when you get like the jalapeno cheddar, smoked sausage, and all that stuff.
We had some at Otter Creek this weekend. I don't even know what it was, but it was
on a cracker.
It was summer sausage. I think it was deer, and it had jalapenos in it. It was really good.
Oh yeah,
I love a summer sausage like that.
I always make a bunch of the kids like the deer bratwurst and Polish sausage. With Smoky Jacks.
My dad, he'll just fry up a piece of deer, and I'm like, I don't know. I'll eat it sometimes, but deer jerky, I can do that too. But
jerky, and they love the poppers with the jalapenos and the rat bag. Oh my god!
Yeah, my father-in-law does that a lot.
So when you got the sticks for the Eastern Kentucky folks, how did you find a producer for that? Somebody
that's another good story.
Yeah. I have all these ideas, but I can't make the connections like that. So
I've got a processor in Casey. I asked Webb's first, and they said they didn't have the capacity to do it because they're so big with what they're doing. There's an Amish processor in Casey County called Showalter.
I have family in Casey County.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. They have got it. They're on par with Webb's. I think they're good as well. And so I went down. We talked to them. They said, yeah, they were interested in doing it for us, and they showed us what they could do. They gave us a barbecue flavor, a teriyaki, and an original. So I took them back, And I did a blind taste test with my grandkids. I said, Art, if you want these, which one would you eat? And the barbecue flavor came out, and that was hands down the best. So we had to make that into that. And then when the kids get the surveys for what they have in their backpacks, our meat sticks always come up number one.
Wow.
Like the most.
Oh yeah, that sounds amazing.
Oh, so it's great.
Should have had you bring some samples.
I know. I want some samples.
I'll run by Fern Creek.
So these processors, they're licensed to package stuff and put it on the shelf somewhere. Is that where that works?
Some of them are.
Okay.
Some of them are USDA processors.
Because I'm thinking the government BS that gets involved. So I'm just curious how that works.
What they do, by its very nature, deer cannot be USDA approved because the way that it's got to be slaughtered in front of a.
Well, they can't tell where it comes from. So I get that.
Right.
You know, cattle's tagged. They know what farm it came from and all that. Yeah. So,
right. But if you think about it, a lot of the processors that do it are all USDA. They stop their domestic processing and then do deer. They've been doing it. That's their lifeblood. And the people that do it on the side that aren't USDA, they got a reputation as well. And I don't take any processor. It's got to be one that it's got to be recommended.
Yeah.
Someone.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you had to find a Tyson Foods or something to process it since they're listed with the FDA or whatever. No. So what's your favorite meat? What types have you had before? I've heard bison is amazing.
I just had a bison. It was donated to
Really?
us. Yeah, I took it to the healing place here in Louisville.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Jay Davis is next door.
They didn't kill the bison in Kentucky, right?
Yeah, it was a farm raised.
Okay, I'm like, there's no way we have wild bison.
There used to be a place off Blevins Gap that raised llamas and bison and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they had it all. So what's your favorite cut of meat from which animal?
Actually, I think it's funny. We were just talking about this morning. Moose is my favorite, then caribou, then elk, and then deer.
Isn't there a local restaurant that does wild game?
Game.
It's called, we need to go there. Jenny won't go with us, but me and you could probably.
They have every type of wild game.
Ostrich, you name it, kangaroo. They've got it all.
Huh. I guess it's all shipped in from different countries daily, I guess.
Yeah. Well, most of it's farm raised stuff,
Here in Kentucky, farm raised?
No.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I can't see a kangaroo being here, but I'm not sure.
Or an ostrich in somebody's backyard.
It's not too bad.
Alligator's one of my favorites.
Okay, by you. We used to be across the Plainview.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we had lunch here before.
I think we did. Yeah, it's been so long ago. It's funny.
Years ago.
Yeah, I've always wanted to try different ones. You hear Joe Rogan; he's a big hunter, and he talks about some of the game that he's eaten. And I've always wondered which ones. Do most of them taste like a regular beef steak? I guess, or are they close?
They all taste
everything
like chicken.
tastes like chicken. But I don't know.
With deer meat, it's all in how you prepare it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, if you take off what they call the silver skin and the fat, it's good. Deer eat acorns, and that leaves a little bit of a bitter tannic taste to them. If you cut that, it's all stored in the fat after they eat. You cut that fat off, and then people say, "Oh, you got to soak it in vinegar. You got to do this. You got to do that." That's what makes it taste bad to me.
Well, you hear people say if you don't prepare it right, then it's horrible. Like you can overcook it, and you can if it's not cooked enough, it could. I don't know.
I like mine drowned it in Italian dressing, and
yes.
those are my.
You're a sauces girl. Though. I like plain steak. I love steak with nothing on it.
No marinade at all.
I'm a plain guy.
No way. That's my favorite when my dad marinates it in Italian and all that stuff. That's the best.
So do y'all do the there's a fundraiser. Is it a political fundraiser? It's wild game dinner or something. Are y'all affiliated with that at all? They had something last year I got invited to. It was somewhere in Okolona, I think. It's one of the VFW posts.
No, there's a lot of Southeast Christian used to have a wild game dinner that was huge.
Mm-hmm.
And they actually donated to us for years. So but now we keep their trailers on their property, and that's about it. But
yeah,
they're big supporters of it.
Yeah, I'll have to look and see what that is. It was a wild game dinner they have somewhere on Outer Loop and I think it's a political fundraiser now that I think about it. So, but I might go this year because I want to try all the different meats. If I can get past it, it's kind of weird. Sometimes you think of what you're eating, but I don't really think about it much. So one thing I ate one time about made me throw up. I was in Mexico, and it was good. So I found out what it was. It was spinal tap meat or something. It was
Ew.
can't you think of what it's called?
Bone marrow?
Bone marrow. Yeah, I had it. It was good till they told me it was, and I started gagging all of a sudden. I was like,
Ew.
"Oh my god, am I eating?" And it was really good till they told me what it was. My mind was playing
Like
tricks on
butter consistency.
probably,
Yeah,
but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But they do a lot with bone marrow in Mexico. It's in your tacos and everything else. You wouldn't know it. So,
No, thank you.
very interesting. How do y'all raise money? Do you do galas or fundraisers, or what do you do?
But basically, we solicit donations, and Kentucky Farm Bureau puts on a sporting clays event for us every year that gets us a pretty large sum of money. Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Foundation donates to us. Local charities, businesses, just people who believe in our
And
mission.
y'all need it for the deer tags and things like that.
We don't get anything from the deer
The
tags.
processing.
All for the process.
Processing. So you all pay for your own deer tags then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a charity. I mean, it's just like anything else.
Yeah, but you might have more people that wouldn't want to participate. They're expensive, but they're not that expensive, but they can get kind of pricey sometimes.
Well, I get the sportsman's license.
$12, ain't it?
Yeah. So I'm like, that's nothing.
Yeah,
no,
it's
that's
nothing.
easy. But
Well, that's the
you know,
senior.
I think it's 50, 60
40.
bucks.
Yeah, I was gonna say 40 or something.
oh, really? I was thinking a deer tag was a couple $100.
If you're out of state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
So if somebody wants to come here to
for a
Kentucky,
resident, or if you own your own property, it doesn't cost you anything.
really?
Yeah.
What if somebody hunts on your property and give them permission? Then you have to have a tag.
They still have to have a tag. It's
Oh, okay.
only you or your dependents.
How do they catch you though?
Well,
We got game wardens.
I was gonna say.
But they roam the woods. I mean,
People
I can see
open
somebody
their
get
mouth,
shot.
or they open their mouth and talk to so and so, and then next thing you know, they're on your property.
I didn't know if they went to the processors and tracked who brought the deer in, and then
They do.
okay. I just envision game wardens walking through the woods.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, yeah. Look at this big buck I just
All of
shot
a sudden,
and
you
killed.
made a list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the pictures with the guns laying across it.
Yeah.
I'm sure they end up on some sort of
Or you
list.
post $5 and they know that's not legal or something.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. They some wilderness thing up in Hardinsburg posted something about helping a bunch of deer, and the Fish and Wildlife found out. I don't know why they put all the deer down. You seeing that?
No, game wardens are scary though.
Yeah.
Like they're more scary to me than like regular police.
Well, again, it's funny because I work extremely closely with what we do with Kentucky Fish and Wildlife. I know just about all of them anymore.
But you're on their good side.
Well, that's true.
Don't do anything against it.
But,
Right.
Everyone I know I've met has just been great. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, they just have a job to
they're
do.
extremely supportive of our program. In fact, we've got a contract with them, and they help support what we do. So it's all good. And, if you're not breaking the law,
Exactly. If you're not doing anything bad, sure.
there's no issue.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, it's crazy. I just picture game wardens walking around the woods, and somebody get tired of them, they pop them. It would be horrible.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I'm surprised that hadn't happened yet. To be honest.
There's some that's lost their lives, but most of them I've met have all been salt of the earth good people.
Yeah, same with anything.
Any police officer.
Mm-hmm.
Anything we do, we go above and beyond to make sure we're legal. So we get pretty good friends with whoever might come in and check.
I've got to make sure my processors, we work with Fish and Wildlife. It's got to be.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we'd like to help you out. Is Mary here today?
Mm-mm.
I couldn't remember. She was coming in a little bit. We'll figure it out. But we're gonna donate $5,000 to you today to help you out. And I firmly believe in what y'all are doing, because I know that stuff's not cheap. That's why I was getting to the deer tags. What would help you all out? But it sounds like the processing they're giving you a great deal, but it's expensive. Yeah. And I'm hoping more and more people see this and start donating more meat.
Thank you. Well, number one, gun season's coming up.
Yep.
If you're a gun hunter, please donate. You can go out to our website. There's a list of approved processors. Please call to make sure that they're not full and they're accepting deer. And just field dress it and give it, make sure it's a good animal.
Well, I was going to ask, how do you vet that? Because
our processors, they look at it.
They can tell that it hasn't been laying in a field for 3 days.
I've got we give them all big signs saying we reserve the right to refuse any.
But you probably know most of the hunters in your group. So if you get some new hunters, how do you make sure that it's truly a fresh deer that they just shot and brought it straight to them?
It's all up to the processor.
They can tell.
Look at it. They'll tell you.
Kind of like a coroner. They can look at the meat and say,
well, you can smell it.
Seriously.
if they bring one that's too small and it's been shot 3 times and the hunter doesn't want it, he just wants to get rid of it and think that we're a dumping ground. And that's not the way this program is for.
Yeah, that would be my concern.
Yeah, we want the best. Then our processors look at it and say, "I'll take it, but I'm going to charge you to do that because because you're giving me $5,000. I want to make sure that $5,000 works.
For sure.
Works for the people. I don't want to throw that to anybody.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just wondering how you can tell, but like I was joking about the corner. It's amazing. Corners can tell how long a body's been sitting.
I'm sure it smells different, or the color, or anything.
Same way with meat.
You can tell.
Yeah.
And most people who are good hunters know how to take care.
Field dress it and shove a bag of ice in it.
Yeah, well, I treat it like you bring them getting the meat from Kroger. You know, just
yeah.
You gotta take care.
Well, I could see some idiot picking up unfortunately, Valley Station Road, there's tons of geese walking through there. I see somebody pick up a dead goose that somebody hit and try to drop it off, but it's got to be freshly shot, hunted properly to be able to be
legally harvested deer has a big confirmation number, everything, and you just drop it off at the processor, say it's for hunters for the hungry, and they'll take it from there.
Are all your processors that you work with listed on your website?
Yes, there is a
Ryan, I think, had to take off. What's the website one more time?
www.kynhuntersforthehungry.info.
Okay.
And there is you'll see an orange tab to the right that says approved processors, and it'll
ready to roll.
We're at. It's mobile friendly as well.
Well, if you're a hunter, go out to the website, sign up, let them know you're interested in helping them out. They do a lot of good with this meat. It's pretty incredible. It's something that it's something others probably thought of. How long has this been around?
Oh, since 1980.
Oh, okay. So it's been a long time.
Yeah, and then it started in the South End. Mike Ullman over at St. Dennis.
Did he used to own the pickpacks, the Omens?
No, not different Ullman.
Okay. Yeah.
Look at the beef stick.
Holy cow!
I know. I don't know if they can see it, but that's.
I mean, I'm not a healthy person, but my point is, I was hungry the other day. Instead of stopping and getting some fried chicken, I went in and grabbed a beef stick from the. And beef jerky, and it's high protein. I guess deer venison is pretty high protein as well.
It is.
And it's very good lean protein. But my point is, instead of going for the fried chicken route, chicken strips, I grabbed the beef stick and felt a little better about myself. I did have a Mountain Dew with me, so I don't know if that counts.
But that meat stick, a lot of times that's the only protein that's in those backpacks.
Right, that they get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've heard. We've delved a lot into that, and I was told by a lot of teachers that often they toss everything except for the beef stick.
Yeah.
Which they obviously love. So, well, Roger, thanks for coming in. We'll get this up, and it's a pretty incredible thing.
Yeah.
Thank you for your donation too, brother. Absolutely. I appreciate you.
Yeah, if Mary's not here, we'll get you squared away. She had a death in the family, so I don't know. She might be back Wednesday, but we'll get it taken care of. All right, thanks so much.
All right, thank you all.
See ya.